I knew there was something truly unique about this cast when I first met them. Fans are shocked by the rumors that are going around. The latest information from the backstage of Love and Hip Hop is really dynamite. Rumor has it that two of the show's most recognizable characters, Kirk Frost and Mindy C.E. Harris, will soon be. According to reports, producers have already begun searching for new cast members, and the prospective additions are making waves. Insiders say the auditions have been tough and intense. Yes, you heard correctly. These two reality TV stalwarts may be permanently departing after years of controlling the drum. Even the producers are divided, and the present cast is tense. Is there going to be a big twist in Kirk and M's on Love and Hip Hop, or might this be the end? There are some well-known names vying for the positions, so it's exciting to see what caused this unexpected choice, and who could be able to cover the huge gap left by Kirk and Mez. Since Kirk Frost and MC Harris's violent brawl, Love and Hip Hop's backstage scenes have been more heated than ever. Stay on, because what we're about to divulge will leave you stunned. Rumor has it that the show's creators are considering making major changes. The cast of the program has not yet been announced, but it seems like Kirk and Mendeecees might be in hot water, according to people close to the production. As if that weren't enough, there are whispers that casting directors have already started searching for unusual candidates. Tensions between Kirk and Mendeecees first surfaced during the altercation escalated to an unforeseen level, as fans of the previous season's finale remember. Both guys made an effort to downplay the nasty consequences on social media, but the damage was already done. According to insiders, Love and Hip Hop officials were not pleased with the negative publicity it brought to the business, and now they may be looking for a way to phase them out, an industry insider disclosed, adding that discussions about modifications have been undertaken, especially in view of the criticism that followed that altercation. The intriguing thing is that producers are already testing, but the network wants drama without letting things get completely out of control. The announcement of more potential cast members, some of whose names are ridiculous, has shocked the Odyssey, hip-hop, and love communities. Some sources claim that cameras have already started rolling after some fresh faces were approached to explore how they would fit into the existing dynamic. If Kirk and MC's time is up, fans want to know. Is truly on the rise, but Kirk Frost is not going down without a fight? Sources claim that he has been a part of the franchise for years and has been making every effort to convince producers to allow him to stay. According to a close source, Kirk how reality TV operates and that drama keeps viewers interested. However, he didn't expect social media to be flooded with criticism, and Mendeecees' case is much more troublesome because of his past legal troubles and ongoing personal problems. While some fans argue that he adds too much to the show to be removed, others believe that producers might see him as a problem. There have been whispers regarding their potential replacements, even though there are debates over whether or not Love and Hip Hop would be the same without these two. Among the names that keep popping up is Jasmine Blue, a relatively unknown but growing star in Atlanta's entertainment industry. It's still unknown who is going and whether she's entering, but she's been making ripples in the industry, and producers might see her as the perfect addition to stir things up. Other mains, such as some well-known characters who may be making surprise reappearances, have been discussed in addition to Jasmine Blue. Because of this ambiguity, Kirk and MC desperately attempting to ascertain whether they still have a chance to be on the show. Another source claims that there has been a fighting behind the scenes, and Kirk and the men don't appear to be doing well. Both men are dedicated to maintaining their positions in spite of everything, as they have built their businesses via it's not an option to show up and leave, but the network's silence on the matter is making matters worse. Kirk has reportedly been requesting clarification, but the producers are allegedly suffering as a result of their silence. As the rumors continue to grow, fans are left wondering if this is really Kirk's last moment. But one thing is for sure, Love and Hip Hop is going to undergo some big changes. Some cast members are even avoiding Kirk and Mez out of fear of becoming embroiled in the conflict, and the animosity behind the scenes is only growing. Others secretly hope they leave because they see it as an opportunity to become the main attraction. When Kirk received the call that drove him into a tailspin, he recognized that things were not going to get any better. Producers had already begun filming potential replacements after a disturbing new piece of information was released by someone close to the project. Kirk Frost was taken aback to see that producers were already filming with potential substitutes after receiving the startling news. The only question now was who was replacing him. as he had been in the game long enough to realize that this was more than just a rumor. This time, it felt different. It wasn't about what Kirk could do to keep his job. It appeared like the choice had already been made. Kirk had done his job well, knowing how to inject drama and keep people talking. Concerned about his future on Love and Hip Hop. To make matters worse, DC's was likely in the same situation for years. The discussion was heated, dude. Have you heard that new folks are already being filmed? On the other end, DC let out a deep sigh. Kirk rubbed his brow and remarked, "Yeah, man, I've been hearing things, but I wasn't trying to believe it, and stop talking anymore." That's what really shocked me without him. He immediately grabbed up the phone and dialed Mendeecees. Love and Hip Hop thrives on rumors and behind-the-scenes drama, so Mendeecees weren't mistaken. Leave. The men waited in silence before responding. However, they don't just dump people like that. They first create a lot of drama, which makes people question whether we're truly leaving it up to them, promoting the addition of new cast members. Rather than immediately announcing the news, they would wait for the drama to unfold and leave the public in suspense before making any formal announcements. However, fans were debating on social media whether Kirk and MDC should stay or whether the program should change, so this felt like a power grab. According to one Twitter user, honestly, Love and Hip Hop needs to switch it up. Kirk and M's been around forever. Time for a new cast. Another user added, "I don't believe these rumors. No way they're getting rid of Kirk and M." Still another person thought that the show wouldn't be the same either way. One tweet in particular caught Kirk's attention, but they overdo the drama. Jasmine Blue was the person standing in the middle of the fuzzy photo, which was taken from a production set. The headline said, "Love and Hip Hop producers spotted filming with new faces. Is this the next one?" The attention-seeking Jasmine Blue has been on Generation Kirk's radar for a while. She would do everything to get it. This was terrible if she was participating, and to make matters worse, Ashley Monet, a former acquaintance of his, was standing next to her in the leap shot. Kurt fell in love with Ashley. He hadn't heard of her in a long time. She had a messy, unresolved past with him. If producers were bringing her in, they were surely planning a story about him. At that point, he understood that they were going to expose him in addition to removing him from the show. Because of his own mess, the whispers about his replacement had started to spread, and to make matters worse, Yandy Smith had been remarkably silent about the topic. In order to preserve their place on the program, she usually promptly put an end to rumors, but this time she remained mute, and MCs couldn't shake the impression that something was being, "What do you mean, a problem with whom?" MC questioned, sitting up straight. He had a strong gut moment. Then all of a sudden he got a call from a production-related friend. "Hey bro, I don't know if you heard, but they're testing out new cast members and they got someone that might be a problem. For you." The line was silent for a moment before the voice on the other end spoke again. "Bro, they claim to have receipts on you. They claim to have proof of some of the things you did before your departure, but I'm not really clear what they mean. Males," BC's froze prior to his departure, which implied prior to his jail sentence, which implied prior to his purported cleaning. Meanwhile, Jasmine Blue was relishing the attention. It appeared that her time had finally come for her to fulfill her lifelong dreams of hip-hop and falling in love. She went live since she knew her name had been circulating, and she didn't want to miss the opportunity. Her followers have left a ton of comments on Instagram. "Will you be joining the cast? Have you taken Kirk's place?" You had to wait to see that Jasmine wasn't denying anything, but she wasn't admitting it either. She flipped her hair and grinned, saying, "Yeah, everything is done." The startling revelation was then made by a commenter. "We heard you and Ashley, Monet have been filming together." Jasmine leaned closer to the camera as her smile grew even wider. The internet was ablaze with speculations within minutes, with pages publishing headlines like, "Jasmine Blue and Ashley Monet bringing major," "Jara to love and hip-hop is Kirk in trial," and Mendy seeing his dark past coming back to haunt him new. Oh baby, the tea is hot, and you all are not ready. Because his phone was overflowing with messages, some from friends in the industry, some from insiders in Love and Hip Hop, and because he had receipts, Kirk Frost was unable to remain still. Whether they liked it or not, Kirk and the MCs had to stop playing because the pressure was getting to them and they were running out of time. They had already begun to replace them. Some admirers wondered right away if he had been replaced. With his mouth tightened, he perused the endless stream of comments on social media. Since Jasmine and Ashley will be taking over, Kirk should start looking for a new career. After all, your previous turmoil couldn't be the reason I was dismissed from your own show. He found it to comprehend that the public was actually believing this and that it wasn't simply a rumor. The producers weren't even trying to stop it, which made the situation worse. Was a setup, not merely a haphazard narrative. Kirk's immediate instinct was to confront Jasmine Blue, but he slapped his phone down on the table and shouted, "I need to fix this." Directly because she needed to know whether she was helping the producers create this tale against him, or if she was truly participating in this. It rained twice before Mim, and he called her and showed her number. "Look who it is," Jasmine said, her voice full of laughter. "Jasmine, please cease the games when you reach out." Jasmine chuckled softly and said, "Oh, Kirk, you're acting like I made this decision." Kirk yelled, "I know what's going on. You think you're slick, but I see what you're doing." The producers called me, they picked me, and you know why Kirk's grip on the phone tightened. They're bored of you. The audience is bored of you. And Kirk's stomach fell when he said, "You need to stay in your lane, Jasmine." He said in a low voice, "You don't know what you're getting." I suppose they want more drama. And who better than the woman who knows exactly what skeletons you've been hiding? Jasmine knew things that could destroy his reputation, his marriage, or even his career. This wasn't just about being replaced. It was about his past coming back to haunt him. And if Jasmine had receipts, he was in serious trouble while Kirk was dealing with sand and nightmares. She purred and said, "Trust me, Kirk, this time you don't control the storyline." Then she abruptly hung up, leaving Kirk sitting frozen in shock. Was coping with something entirely different. Yandy was still keeping a very low profile about the rumors, and for the first time in a long time, NYCC started to suspect that his own wife was concealing something from him. So one evening after their kids had gone to bed, he went up to her. "You haven't brought up the whole replacement drama, Yandy. It's not my battle to fight men, because they're replacing you." She barely looked up from her phone as she said, "You're supposed to have my back." But he shot back, "You think I can just sit here and let some new cast members come in and push me out? What's up with that?" Yandy groaned and finally put her phone down, saying, "The only thing you can do is show that you're still valuable to the show. If the producers think that new faces will increase ratings and loyalty, they will make it happen. How do I accomplish that?" Yandy softened her face and said, "Verify that your name is still the biggest one in the news, MCs." Nodded slowly and declared that he would give the producers exactly what they wanted in terms of drama. The next day, MDCDC, a trustworthy source at a well-known gossip blog, knew he would post an article without checking its accuracy. Instead, he instructed them to ensure that it became viral in a matter of hours. The headline that went viral on the internet read, "Men-DC fights. Back against Love and Hip Hop producers, refuses to be replaced." I knew he wasn't going to simply walk away like that, so they better give him his spot back because they're really trying to push him out for whom? Fans swiftly replied with comments that read, "Oh, so DC's men aren't going down without a fight. That's cool." No, that's not how I feel. Ashley Monet had just made her first public appearance, and Kirk's predicament was spiraling out of control while the male VCs were struggling to stay in the game. The reason for this was that the M's were making the producers notice him, and if they believed they could get rid of him that easily, they were going to rapidly realize that he couldn't be replaced. When she made her Instagram live statement, while sitting in a dimly lit room, I wasn't even going to bring it up, because others continued saying, "Yeah, it's true, I've been filming with Love and Hip, and let me just say this. Some people are about to get IG poos." The comment section exploded. Her voice was so full of emotion when she first started. "Let's just say some people have been out here playing innocent when they know they did some dirty things back in the day, and I have the receipts. Expose, oh no, we need details. Who's she talking about? Kirk better start sweating." Ashley bit her lip as if she was unsure whether or not to say more. As the rumors of Kirk Frost and MC Riss being replaced began to spread, it became evident that this was about more than just a replacement plotline. It was about a reckoning. Kirk's M was already being dragged, and to make matters worse, he had no idea what Ashley was going to divulge. The Love and Hip Hop fan base was divided. Social media exploded in conflicting responses as hashtags like Cameron trended at the same moment. Some people believed that it was time for new cast members to take over, while others believed that eliminating such seasoned actors would ruin the show's core. Kirk and the MCs were determined to battle until the end. Kirk, who had always prided himself on being a businessman, initially asked his friends in the industry if VH1 was genuinely considering replacing him. Additionally, he sought to ascertain his remaining influence within the franchise because, according to insiders, However, male DCs adopted a completely different approach. After all the years he had spent making hip-hop and love, he was upset not only about the program, but also about how easily people were willing to write him off. He even tried to reach Mona Scoom herself by calling executive producers and requesting answers. He reportedly attempted to enlist the help of other cast members to show that he and Kirk were still important to the storyline, but each time he contacted them, he was met with resistance since no one wanted to be on the receiving end of a potential conflict between the cast and the producers. The strategist Yandy was already wondering if MCs were genuinely in danger of being cut off. For her, what did that mean? Would she be in danger of being replaced, or would she remain a member of the team? She allegedly started discussing potential contingency plans with her team in case things didn't work out. But VH1 remained silent while Kirk and Mendeecees were fighting for their jobs. An unknown source suddenly disclosed a list of potential new cast members who were supposedly being considered to replace Kirk and M's names after an official statement was released, which only served to intensify the suspicions. Among them was Jasmine Blue, a rising influencer with ties to the industry, as well as rapper Rico Prince, who was on the list because of his wild actions. Incredulous fans questioned who these people were and why VH1 was seeking out fresh faces in addition to the original group. When Jasmine blew her own wind and addressed the claims on Instagram Live, the drama intensified. She played it cool and said, "I mean, if the opportunity presents itself, why not love? And hip-hop needs new energy." Didn't you all believe that? One statement was enough to spark social media? She denied ever speaking to producers. Had a leak revealed that Kirk and M were in fact being replaced? While some fans speculated that the screenshot might have been a scam, Mendeecees' frustration reached a boiling point when he decided to address the issue directly during the event. Kirk was allegedly seen in the screenshot replying to Jasmine's remarks. The alleged private account message said, "Ain't nobody taking my spot. I've been here too long for that." As the rumors grew more intense, his enigmatic reply had fans wondering if he was refuting them or if he was implying that something was going on behind closed doors. During an unexpected outburst of laughter, he didn't hold back. And I have to stress that you shouldn't believe everything you hear. Real people are aware of the truth, but other people seek to stir things up. Asked Love and Hip Hop producers for clarity, but once again, VH1 provided neither confirmation nor denial, which made many believe that the entire situation was a publicity stunt meant to create buzz for the upcoming season. One thing was clear by this time: Love and Hip Hop was about to undergo change, whether Kirk and his guys liked it or not. If these reports are true, Kirk and MCs, who have been staples of the show for years, might be leaving. Still, it was unclear if they could hold on to their position, or if the franchise was truly ready to go on without them. All of a sudden, there is complete anarchy in the hip-hop and love worlds. The drama is far from done, that much is clear. Will fresh faces grab center stage and more, or will Kirk and the MCs battle back and regain their position? Is this just another marketing tactic to keep fans interested? Or does the tease of Jasmine Blue and Rio Prince mark the beginning of a completely new era for the franchise? To ensure you don't miss any changes, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss any updates since this narrative is only getting started.